Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. It's your boy Phil. So today we're making our way to a sushi place called Sushi Yu. This is the third restaurant that we're going to in our Washington Heights series, and it's my day off. So we're here to try the Japanese cuisine that they offer, sushi, sashimi, and the different items that is available. So we just saw the ad on the internet and we decided to try it. So hope it's gonna be fun and hope it's gonna be delicious. See you later, guys. So we are here in Sushi Yu 2 to try out their Japanese cuisine, specifically their sushi, a few appetizers, and their omakase. As you can see, their menu is pretty extensive, and it took us about 2 to 3 trips just to have an idea of the menu, but we're more interested with their sushi. So we start off with some appetizers. I think we ordered the sushi and sashimi platter just to try it off. And then they served appetizers first. First is a salad with mango dressing on top.
Oh my god.
And some edamame on the house. The mango salad dressing was a little bit sweet with a small hint and essence of mango. Just a way to start the as an appetizer before the sushi. The dumplings were not the best. So we just know that the next time that we're gonna go here, we're not gonna order the dumplings as an appetizer, and we're gonna order something different. The next appetizer that we tried was the seafood and vegetable tempura combination. Now this is a worthy appetizer because they have various vegetables that they made into tempura. Broccoli, mushroom, sweet potato, and for the seafood choices, of course, there's shrimp, fish, which is made out of cod, and then some oysters. This oyster tempura has lots of umami flavor, but just be careful because they are really piping hot. The tempura batter tastes great for the tempura, but compared to the broccoli, I prefer the seafood. The fish and shrimp tempura were delicious. The fish was flaky, not too oily. And along with the shrimp, were very generous in their portion sizes. And since we're hungry, we chose the sushi and sashimi platter. 6 pieces of sushi, 9 pieces of sashimi, and 6 pieces of tuna rolls. Tuna roll is neutral in taste, so you need a little bit of seasoning with the soy sauce, and the seaweed gives it extra flavor. The sea bass sashimi tastes fresh, no gamey taste, and it tastes like a cross between tilapia and a tuna. So as a suggestion, since sashimi are fresh cuts of fish, they need some seasoning, and that's the reason for the soy sauce, while the nigiri or the sushi doesn't need some seasoning because they were seasoned beforehand. And a small drop of wasabi to give it a kick. One thing that I read about sashimi is be careful when they label their sashimi as white tuna because they may be serving escolar, which is a different fish compared to butterfish. The thing about escolar is it can cause some digestive problems because of the high fat content in the meat, but because of the rich buttery taste, which is the same as butterfish, some people really like it. So just be careful and ask the staff what they're serving you. This lean tuna is really fresh, and this sushi is really well seasoned. The red snapper has a very similar taste to the sea bass, but a more whole fish taste, but still very fresh. The The sashimi options are really tasty, like this lean tuna, and seasoning gives it more flavor. The butterfish has a really creamy and a really rich taste because of its very high fat content. Very similar to salmon and fatty tuna, but has its own unique taste. Shrimp sushi is sweet and tasty, although for this type, I prefer it to be raw to capture more flavors in the shrimp. And one of my favorite sushi, salmon sushi, because of its rich and high fat content that makes it very delicious. Interestingly enough, salmon sushi wasn't part of the traditional Japanese Edo-style sushi, and this was first introduced in the 70s and 80s by a Norwegian businessman. Salmon sushi is commonplace in sushi restaurants, but back in the 70s and 80s, it took about 10 plus years for the Norwegian government to campaign their salmon to Japan. By this time, I was really starting to get full. And ginger to cleanse your palate before each sashimi and sushi. So in this next clip, I returned for about the second or third time in order to try the items that are not in the sushi and sashimi platter, because they have their own sushi and sashimi a la carte, but I chose some of the sushi items, and they really don't have an omakase on hand, so I just made up my own omakase. Omakase, literally translated from the Japanese language, means I leave it up to you, which means that the chef would prepare whatever is available, but in this case, I chose what I wanted and made up my own omakase. This fatty tuna is very rich, very soft, very creamy, and practically melts in your mouth, and it tastes like tuna butter. This mackerel sushi has the rich and oily mackerel taste, although I would have preferred for it to be raw because I think the steaming process reduced the flavors and the oils for this sushi. The red snapper has a very similar taste to the sea bass, but a more whole fish taste, but still very fresh. The sea bass sashimi tastes fresh, no gamey taste, and it tastes like a cross between a tilapia and a tuna. This eel was soft, sweet because of the anago sauce, and has the smoky charred flavor because of the grilling. Really delicious. Fish roe is salty, it kind of tastes like the sea, and each individual egg pops out in your mouth and has this fresh fish taste. A very interesting texture. Now this amaebi shrimp is way more flavorful and way more sweeter than the ebi shrimp that we had this morning. These scallops were soft, sweet, and tasty, and the band of seaweed around it gives it extra seasoning and flavor. My second slice of that very rich, very creamy, melt in your mouth tuna butter. Those streaks of fat that make it very rich. Red clam, very tasty, a little bit chewy in texture, but still very rich in flavor. Salmon eggs, tasty and fresh, and each individual salmon egg has a burst of umami salty flavor in your mouth. The last three sushi are the richest in flavor because of their very high fat content, and that includes the salmon, salmon belly, and tuna belly as well. That's why I saved them for last. And as much as in other omakases, it would really take you about 30 to 45 minutes to finish all those sushi because you need to pace yourself and you need to balance out the flavors that you're eating for each nigiri or sushi. Shout out to Sushi Yu for giving me 2 extra slices of this very rich fatty tuna. And calamari for something crispy to end the night.
Thank you guys for the sushi. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching this video, and I really do hope that you enjoyed, and thank you for your continued support. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. See you later in the next video, guys. Take care.